Welcome, my beloved children, to this sacred place of eternal truth and divine revelation. You have stared at massive iron doors built by the cruel hands of men, heavily locked against you. They build strong worldly fortresses to deny your destiny, leaving your soul bleeding in the dark. But what happens when the Lord steps down from heaven to shatter those pathetic human walls? Prepare to witness divine intervention, where your closed doors will be violently blown wide open. I have watched you stand before the grand doors of earthly opportunity, knocking with humble faith. You brought your talents, your purest intentions, and a heart willing to serve in their high places. You believed that hard work and honest dedication would eventually earn you a rightful seat. But the keepers of this world look down from their high pedestals with cold and arrogant eyes. They measured your worth using scales of greed, demanding status and wealth that you did not possess. Without a second thought, they violently slammed those massive iron doors right in front of your face. You heard the heavy metallic clank as they wrapped unbreakable chains around the giant handles. They rejected your applications, dismissed your noble dreams, and cast you into the freezing night. They told you that you were simply not good enough, completely unqualified to join their ranks. They coldly whispered that you would never belong to their exclusive world of power and prestige. You stood there in the silent shadows, utterly paralyzed by the weight of their cruel rejection. The bitter chill of isolation crept into your bones as you stared at the insurmountable wall. You hugged your unfulfilled dreams closely to your chest, feeling deeply wounded and entirely alone. Every single achievement you worked so hard for seemed to crumble into dust beneath their gates. The powerful elites laughed from their towers, securing positions while blocking your destined path. They thought they possessed the ultimate authority to dictate the final outcome of your journey. They locked away the promotions, the love, and the recognition that you rightfully deserved to claim. You felt like an outcast wandering on the margins of society, carrying a burden too heavy. The pain of being violently pushed aside by those you respected pierced your heart like a sword. You believed their lies, thinking that your ultimate destiny was forever trapped behind closed doors. Driven by sheer desperation, you turned away from the grand halls to seek out any alternative. You lowered your personal standards, willing to accept the most ordinary jobs just to survive. You settled for toxic relationships and empty promises, begging for crumbs from those who had much. You wandered through the darkest corridors of life, knocking on smaller, rusted, and neglected doors. You asked for a simple chance from anyone who would listen, humbling yourself beyond recognition. But the answer remained a terrifying silence, or another heartless shake of their arrogant heads. You desperately pulled at the rusty iron locks until your own bare hands began to bleed and blister. Blood dripped from your knuckles as you fought against a system specifically designed to keep you out. Your weary soul became completely exhausted, drained by the endless cycle of rejection and sorrow. You fell to your knees on the dusty floor, feeling that every single escape route had been sealed. The heavy silence of the corridor echoed, your quiet sobbing as you surrendered to the dark. You wondered if heaven had forgotten your name, leaving you to perish in this miserable wasteland. The worldly masters continued to hoard their wealth, entirely blind to the immense suffering you felt. Every closed door felt like a massive tombstone, burying your greatest potential deep under the earth. Your physical strength faded away, leaving only a broken vessel sitting in the shadows of defeat. You closed your eyes, fully accepting that human power had successfully defeated your divine call. The iron chains seemed completely unbreakable, representing the tyranny of earthly corruption. You felt trapped in a microscopic corner of the universe, entirely cut off from all grace and favor. The agonizing pain of continuous failure destroyed the last remaining spark of hope inside your soul. You thought this was the final chapter of your story, a tragic ending written by cruel men. If you found yourself trapped in this endless dark, would you give up or cry out to the Almighty? But the absolute price of your utter exhaustion brought you to the most crucial turning point of life. You finally stopped looking at the corrupt hands of men and lifted your tearful eyes towards heaven. In that exact moment of complete surrender, the heavy physical realm began to violently shake. A blinding ray of pure golden light pierced through the heavy darkness of that cold, endless corridor. I have arrived. I am the Lord of hosts, and my divine presence fills the void of your deepest pain. I looked upon your bleeding hands and shattered spirit, and my righteous anger burned against your foes. You realized instantly that the frightening power of those worldly gatekeepers was just an illusion. According to the ancient book of Revelation, hear the eternal truth that commands the universe. I am the Holy One, the True One, who holds the ultimate key of David in my sovereign, mighty hand. What I open, no human can ever shut, and what I shut, no earthly power can ever dare to force open. I do not need the permission of your bosses, your critics, or the wealthy elites to elevate you. The massive iron doors they locked with malice and deep corruption are absolutely nothing before me. Their heavy chains and sophisticated locks are like fragile paper against the fire of my holy grace. I saw how they mocked your faithful humility, thinking they could permanently control your destiny. But they forgot that I am the supreme architect of your life, the ultimate judge of the whole earth. My glorious light wraps around your broken body, healing every wound and restoring your stolen peace. The golden rays of my love lift your heavy chin, reminding you that you are a child of the High King. I wipe away the bitter tears of your rejection, replacing them with the fierce courage of a knight. Stand up upon your feet, my beloved child, for the time of your endless waiting is finally done. The false authority of this broken world is about to bow down before the majesty of heavenly grace. Now, prepare to witness my supreme power execute ultimate justice upon the barriers that held you. I do not merely unlock these doors with a gentle touch, I completely obliterate them from sight. With a single word from my mouth, the giant iron gates explode violently into 1,000 slow pieces. The heavy chains that bound your opportunities are instantly melted into liquid fire and blowing ash. The dark corridor is suddenly flooded with the blinding radiance of my limitless, eternal grace. Look beyond the smoking rubble and behold the magnificent promised land that I have prepared for you. Much greater opportunities, abundant financial wealth, and higher noble positions are waiting there. You will no longer beg for scraps at the tables of men, nor will you lower yourself for their words. You step forward into your new destiny with absolute authority, completely healed and victorious. And what about those arrogant gatekeepers who slammed the heavy doors in your face just yesterday? They are violently thrown to the ground by the shockwave of my power, trembling in the thick gray dust. Their expensive robes are torn, their false keys are broken, and their worldly pride is totally crushed. They stare up at you in absolute horror, realizing that the one they rejected is favored by God. The very people who tried to destroy your reputation will soon be forced to witness your massive rise. They will stand in line, bowing their heads in deep shame, desperately begging for your collaboration. From the ones who dictated your fate, they have become mere spectators to your incredible success. I have completely flipped the script of your life, turning your darkest pain into a glorious testimony. Step confidently over the broken ruins of your past and embrace the boundless grace I offer today. No demon in hell and no human on earth can ever stop the incredible blessings pouring over your life. Your season of weeping has officially ended, and the morning of your ultimate triumph has arrived. When God completely flips your situation, will you remain humble, or let the new power corrupt you? When the Lord Almighty shatters your enemy's gates, will you walk through or look back in anger? Share your thoughts below and tell us how the Master's key has opened your glorious path today. Remember to like this video, share these blessings, and subscribe for more divine prophetic messages.